including the strategic training research initiatives, or STIRs, I think they're calling them. So there's a few more places you can target your proposal development or your LOI development. Development Innovative Grant is the only capacity grant where you can conduct research. The others are contributing to research capacity. This one is research as well. We're looking to strengthen a grant submission to a subsequent provincial, national, or international competitive opportunity. The funding level for this grant has gone up. It's $15,000 this year. Previously it was $10,000. And it's a year-long grant. You can hold it in concert with the other grants. So if you want to do a CRA, but you really want to do a piece of research to complement that proposal development, you can apply for both at the same time. The idea with the Development Innovative is that you'll undertake a project, whether it's piloting a survey, developing some pilot data, or testing out a methodology that will strengthen your subsequent application. A new grant for us this year is the Team Development Grant. Previously this was offered as a Research Capacity Award. The idea here is that we want to support health researchers in Nova Scotia to have some financial support and time to develop a team to make an application to a national or international peer review grant competition. It's $10,000 of funding. You can use it to bring a team together, so whether that's travel costs, the team can come from within Atlantic Canada or internationally. It's up to you how you distribute those funds, or to undertake any other activities that are going to strengthen your application, that is, activities that aren't actual research. The other new grant for the competitive capacity is the Sponsored Workshop Grant. With this grant, we're looking to address a knowledge or skill gap that's been identified by a member of the Nova Scotian health research community. So you can apply for funding here if you are a researcher, or if you are a member of staff at a research institution or some other staff member in the Nova Scotia Health Research Community, at a hospital, at a health charity, what have you. If you've identified a knowledge or skill gap, you can apply for funding here. And again, this is up to $10,000. This is the only capacity grant that requires matching funding. So if you're making an application for $10,000, we require a one-to-one match. Some of those dollars can be in kind, but you have to clear that in-kind component with me first. So, for example, if you're a faculty or staff at St. Mary's, you get room space for free. So you can't really count that as a financial one-to-one match because you'd be getting it anyway. If somebody at some of the faculty departments or something of that nature offered you some financial support, certainly that would be eligible. But things that you'd get as a regular part of your job would not be eligible. The other program area that we have at NSHRF is the Knowledge Transfer and Exchange Program, managed by Ryan McCarthy. Ryan's contact information is on our website, and he has this year, this is the first year for this program, 2 grants have been piloted, the Systematic Review and the Knowledge Transfer Exchange Supplement Grant, and next year Ryan hopes to add the Knowledge Transfer Exchange Model Application Grant and the Research User Uptake Grant. He will add those if our budget permits. We have our fingers crossed. His application deadline is going to be January 7th, the same as the capacity grants. First one, Ryan's looking to support systematic reviews, particularly systematic reviews that are moving towards the Cochrane. There's a couple of requirements for this grant. One is that the applicants have to have had training in the Cochrane methodology or experience with the Cochrane methodology. We offered a training session earlier this year. I understand that in May, the National Library Conference is going to be held here in Halifax. They're offering a pre or post workshop in the Cochrane methodology. The other requirement is that you must have an advisory committee in place, and the advisory committee must include members of the communities that would hope to use this information. So if you are looking to answer the question, is glucosamine effective in discouraging arthritis or mitigating the effects of arthritis, then you should have some users of some description involved in that committee. So whether that's people in the Department of Health who are formulating pharmacare policy, or whether it's the Arthritis Society, that's up to you. As an FYI, that one's already a Cochrane question and is posted in their library, so that one wouldn't be eligible. And it was kind of ambivalent as to whether it was successful or not successful, in case you're wondering. Knowledge Transfer Exchange Supplement Grant. This is looking to support people who have completed a peer-reviewed research project to disseminate some of that information, some of their learnings from that project. If you have received an NSHRF Health Research Project or CHIRP, you're eligible for this grant. In the program overview, which is that table that I provided you with its photocopies, you'll see a long list of eligible grants. It includes the big three, SHRC, NSERC, and CIHR. It includes the health charities that do national level peer review. It includes NIH. If you have funding from another agency that's not in the list that does do peer review, contact Ryan and he can pre-approve your request to get support through this. So that is the supplement grant. Okay, moving on. There we go. The model application grant. You may have seen a variety of models for conducting knowledge transfer within the research literature relevant to your disciplines. This grant is looking at taking those models out of the literature and applying them in a real-world setting, specifically here in Nova Scotia. Again, we require that you have members of your target audience as collaborators on this grant. And we're hoping to have full details of this posted in the fall. Ryan will have a complete update to all of his available grants looking towards fall of 2008. And we'll know before then whether we have funding to offer it. So I'd say look in the spring to see whether this grant will be offered, and then look in the fall for full details of the program. The final grant that Ryan hopes to offer is it's called the Research User Uptake Grant. He's trying to provide funding to research users to access peer-reviewed research. By this we mean members of the health system, members of our not-for-profit NGO community, members of the health charities. We want to support organizations that wish to use research evidence in their program and practice design and delivery. It is a requirement of this award that the applicant identify a research mentor. So while we want to encourage broad use of research, health research, we want to ensure that the applicants here are really understanding all of the implications of the research study that they are seeking to apply. So we want them to have a researcher involved in helping them develop that use of research. And again, full details will be available on the website in the fall. Okay. Are there any questions about the capacity grants or the knowledge transfer exchange grants? Okay. So I mentioned earlier that we have other funding opportunities at NSHRF, and I'll speak now to the Research Capacity Awards. This is the second program area for the capacity program. These awards are not peer-reviewed, but rather they're reviewed internally by NSHRF staff. There's no research conducted as parts of these awards. What we're seeking to do is to strengthen, build, and maintain research capacity here in Nova Scotia. So, the Research Skills Award, and I'll point you to, again, that program overview document. These awards are outlined at a high level on the fourth page, and they're the first section, so you can walk through there. Research Skills is an up to $2,000 award. What we're seeking to do here is to support the development of diverse research skills in the Nova Scotia health research community.